Now in lesson 3, let's talk about fall risk assessment because it's very important to know and anticipate if a patient is going to fall, especially. So as we talked about previously, that there are risk factors of falls that are predictable and preventable. For example, if we know that our patient is having an impairment in cognition, vision, or hearing, or having a feet problem, or balance or gait problems, or postural hypotension, or arrhythmias, for example, that can cause syncope and fainting, then we can prevent falls from happening. In addition to the risk of alcohol intake, dehydration, and poor nutrition, such as in low vitamin D and low calcium. There are certain medications that can also increase the risk for falls. For example, sedatives can make an older adult very confused and they can have motor dysfunction. Antipsychotics can cause hypotension. Antidepressants as well can cause hypotension. And in addition to antihypertensive medications themselves, which can also cause postural hypertension. Anti-anxiety medications, which can cause confusion, and diuretics, which can cause urinary urgency, resulting in a fall because they will need to go each time to, or they will need to run to the toilet. So how about falls in the hospital? So there are risks that are related to the client or the patient, such as what we have just mentioned, such as postural hypertension, having low weight, having medications that are more than 4, for example, or sedatives, history of fall, impaired arm strength, so they cannot grip, their arm grip is not strong, uneven gait, unable to move from bed to bath without assistance. There are, however, some extrinsic factors, such as poor lighting, uneven or slippery surfaces, loose rugs, steep stairs, and we mean by steep that they are very deep and sharp and shallow, clutter in the pathway. And what do we mean by clutter? There are a lot of stuffs in the pathway, lack of handrails in the bathroom, and furniture of wrong height, and also long bathrobe that can make them stumble. There are some other institutional factors or risk factors, such as recent admission, unsupervised activities, reduced number of nurses, meal times, absent handrails, and poor lighting. And during meal times is because they're very much busy to trying to get food and move around, go get water and things like that. So what are the assessment considerations that we need to do? Number one is the elderly being abused by others? Is he abusing alcohol? Is there any medications? Is there a history of previous falls? Is there a problem with hydration and malnutrition, problem with sensory problems or gait? And is there any environment? There are some validated or evidence-based fall risk assessment tools that I want you to go through. For example, for the inpatient, stratify, what we call stratify, Morse, and Hendrick fall risk models that are there in your book. Please go through them. So for example, stratify, it can predict up to 93% of falls. And it asks several questions, such as did patient present with fall? Has he fallen since admission? Is patient agitated, which means that is he angry and uncomfortable? Patient severely visually impaired. Patient needs frequent toileting. Is he transfer and mobility, able to transfer and be mobile? Okay, so this is what stratify looks like. Please go through. We have here the Morse 4 scale, which is a little bit different, and I want you to go through it.
I'm not going to go through it in details, but please go through it. We have another example of assessment tool, which is handbook risk model, which is use an admission or infrequently during the course of an illness or in the primary care or acute care units. It provides a determination of risk profile based on gender, mental and emotional status, symptoms of dizziness, and main categories of medications that increase the risk.
So this is how a hedronic fall model looks like. Okay.